So let's consider, how has the campus changed in the 50 years? Since we're inducting the class of 1969, I'm going to give you some comparisons for exactly 50 years ago. There are a few things that are not so different. As students, today's inductees, the class of 1969, numbered about 300 students. Our class today is a little bit larger than that, 375 first-year students alongside 55 transfer students. The domino players engaged campus then and they engage campus now. Each year, the domino players compete in the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival. This past year, as they have done numerous times in the last decade, the dominoes players successfully competed. Besides the Kennedy Center's top award for outstanding production of a play, the group was recognized for scenic design, for lighting, for directing, and 4 of our cast members, Albright students, won national awards for distinguished performance and were recognized at the Kennedy Center Theater Festival. So I bet you're thinking, but there's got to be some things that are different, and indeed there are some things that are different. So in 1969, there were 27 student organizations on campus. Today there's more than 60 student organizations on campus. In 1969, the Albright Lions featured 9 sports. 8 for women and 8 for men and 1 for women. This has grown to 24 sports, 11 for men, 12 for women, and 1 co-ed team. We were named in the top 223 of the liberal arts colleges by U.S. News and World Report. Quite an honor to be in that top tier. U.S. News and World Report also ranked Albright College as a top performer in socioeconomic mobility. This is a new U.S. News category. 108 national liberal arts colleges were ranked for this measure, and we were 31 in the country, out above Vassar, the Air Force, and the other military academies. This ability to help our students promote their success in life and career is probably our most important distinction. These data show that Albright College and our fabulous faculty and professional staff members have been more successful than others at supporting and enrolling and seeing our students all the way through to graduation. The goal is to continue this work, ensuring that Albright's education remains available to students of academic promise across the United States. So let's ask the question, how has Albright been able to support the socioeconomic success of these students? This approach includes a number of initiatives, and we won a $2.2 million grant last year to continue to support this work, but includes faculty development programs, a proactive student-centered advising and infrastructure, all of our efforts aimed at strengthening the teaching, learning, and innovation for these students. We're working hard to develop the programming that will prepare our students for lives and careers in today's where they don't even know the jobs that they will have 10 years out because they haven't been invented yet. And the work that we're doing is really paying off. The Princeton Review, as part of their rankings, shared with the world that some of the comments that our students provided, and I share some of them with you. Students shared that Albright College provides undergraduates with a close-knit community full of diversity and passion, noting a strong arts and theater programs and prestigious pre-professional programs. They reported that their professors are extremely passionate about what they teach, and that undergraduates come from all walks of life, all levels of socioeconomic status, and possess a variety of different political and social views. So that's Albright College of today, a place that I'm extremely proud of. I want to welcome you back to our campus for this lovely
the 60s. The 60s were looking at challenging authority throughout, and improvisers become the best sketch comics. So we're looking at Nichols and May right here. Nichols and May and the Second City and the Compass Players, they are your big megastars now, and those are the people that the younger generation is looking to make poignant comedy. We're also playing to a younger audience now, as opposed to trying to play to the older generation, because we're seeing a lot of younger faces that are being a part of the comedy world. We also have a lot of conflicting ideologies. Shows like the Dean Martin Show and Carol Burnett, they're trying to let everyone know in the audience that everything that's going on is all right, that we are all right as a society, nothing needs to change. Something like Flying Circus, even though they're not US, and the Smothers Brothers are challenging political authority and saying that no, everything is not all right, we need to make sure that everyone is aware of what's going on in our society, in our country. And Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In is trying to do both.
Yes, it is I, an average Pennsylvania goer who's definitely not from New York, and I know exactly what Mount Penn is. Here I go, climbing a mountain.
I'm a mountain Penn.
Here I go.
Don't so
Hey, you Pennsylvanian person! What you doing with the mountain here?
I'm climbing the Mount Penn, like a normal Pennsylvania person would do.
That's not how you climb a mountain, Penn, and you know it.
Oh, you're right. You caught me. Show me how it's done.
You gotta get the mountain all nice and feeling nice. You feel nice, mountain? Are you happy?
I'm so happy.
The mountain's happy.
Now you climb the mountain. You have to make the mountain happy first. We all know that. You know that.
Oh, hey guys, you guys climbing the mountain too? Just like
Us average Pennsylvanians?
Yeah,
average
absolutely.
Pennsylvanians.
right down there, mountain.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
You happy still?
All right.
Let's all climb the mountain at the same time. What could go wrong? What could
I
go
don't see a problem.
I don't see a problem. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
All right, so that's the first one.
Still another average Pennsylvania guy. Another average
that maybe the lessons learned outside of the classroom in college were as important as the lessons that we learned in the classroom. And if you just listen to the people here about the number of people, married couples, who trace their marriage back to the time when they were at Albright and formed those relationships, it's, for all of us, I think what happened during the 4 years or the 5 years that we were here really have had a kind of a lasting influence on us throughout our life. And I think about that a lot. I think there are a lot of times I think about lessons learned when I was at Albright. And certainly some of those lessons came from faculty members, and I felt privileged to have some faculty members who were very good mentors to me. But a lot of the other lessons that I learned were from people like you, people that I shared the experience with, and for good, bad, and indifferent, helped us grow up. And by the way, when Douglas Heath took all of his research and compiled it into a book, the name of the book was Growing Up in College. And I think for many of us, we grew up, at least started growing up while we were here at Albright. And I'm particularly proud to be a part of this class. And I know that the alumni office and the development office are very flattering when they talk about our class, and the class of 1964. But they're paid to do that. That's what.
I mean it when I say it.
You can tell when you're being schmoozed, but it's okay. But we actually have some data about how well our class has stayed together, how well our class has stayed engaged with the college, and what our class has contributed to Albright since the time we graduated. And I'm going to have Gene Allenbach come up and give you some information and some data that goes beyond the nice things that Brian says about us.
The long and short of it is, as we came to our 50th, we had gathered $1.98 million for Albright College. Now, that is a congratulations, not to me, not to the committee, but to you folks, because we really did quite a job in our giving. And I just, want to say thanks. But Albright College says thanks too. And it's not schmoozing. That's a hard word for a Pennsylvania Dutchman to say. But anyway, it was good stuff. And right now, as we come to commemorate our 55th, Viv and I came to this get-together a couple of months back and looked at the library. Have you looked at the library? You just want to walk over and look at it. And the library needs our help. It's that simple. And as a group, we said maybe we ought to ask the group to consider giving to the library at this time in our lives. Now, our class gave 75.6% of our class gave to Albright College after graduation. Now, that's worthy of applause.